Hey, Julie Roussel here. Hey, welcome and thanks for popping in on this wacky Wednesday where you never know what the topic's going to be or, hey, what's going to happen. So, hey, welcome and thanks for joining in, whether you are popping in live right now or you are catching on the replay. I'm glad that you could pop in for a little bit of kitchen conversation in my almost clean kitchen, but not quite. So, hey, welcome, and I'm glad you could make it. If you hear something that resonates with you, something that makes you smile or that you relate to, leave me some love, a hey, or a fun emoji. Drop a thought, pop any helpful tips in the thread, or ask questions there anytime. Share the video with anyone you think it might help, and PM me if you have questions or want to hear more. I'm always happy to share the things that I'm learning, and I hope that they help you. So, hey, I see a few joining in. So, hey, no, who knows? Maybe for once everything's functioning properly. But, hey, welcome, Carrie. I see a few more, but it's not showing me who else it is. So, Carrie, say hey to the girls for me. It's good to see you, lady. And like I said, well, if I miss you, it is either one of two things. It's either me peeking at my notes. Those are over there. Or, well, the wireless here in the country is just not functioning well. So, I'm not sure which one it is tonight. But if I miss you, like I said, I apologize. Leave me a hey or even a little emoji or even a little like or love and let me know that you popped in. I'd appreciate it. So I'm going to go on since it's not functioning, and I'll try to welcome people as I see them. And like I said, hopefully I don't miss anything because of the wireless, hopefully, or my notes that are not staying put tonight. So as always with any of my videos, hey, welcome and thanks for joining in. Tonight I wanted to share a quick story of what I learned and hopefully how it can help you. And as always, if you can relate or if you have any thoughts or questions or tips that you want to pop in to the thread, they're always welcome. So this story involves my son, Alex. He struggled in a lot of areas when he was younger, growing up, and whether it was speech and language, whether it was fine motor, struggling with ADD and other learning issues, it was really difficult to coax him into trying anything new, whether it was sports or activities, learning new skills at school, whatever. He was kind of locked in his very own CZ. Do you know what that is? It kind of circles back to the question for the day, and I don't remember if I asked that or not, but maybe I should. So the question for the day, which I seem to have forgotten, was, do you ever wonder why it feels like you're locked in a CZ? Or do you ever feel like you're locked in a CZ? So that was the question. And like I said, do you know what a CZ is? Any ideas? Hopefully, like I said, I'm not seeing anything pop in there, so maybe wireless is lagging a little. But I'll go on, so hopefully you're typing it in as I go. The CZ, the comfort zone, the area that has, totally no growth whatsoever. And, Alex was always stuck in his CZ. And he would much rather stay there because it was comfortable and it was the same routine and it was easy. And he never wanted to have any improvement in any areas. And he liked things boring. And he said many times his life was boring. And one day he tried a different sport, and it's something he'd really never considered. Any ideas what it is? If you've seen my timeline occasionally or some of the things that I posted recently, maybe you have some idea. Hey, you're right, Carrie. Thanks, lady. It finally came through. And hey, I see about 5 or 6 people popping in and watching. So I apologize if I miss you. Just do me a favor and leave a hey or even a like or a thumbs up or something. Let me know that you popped in. I'd appreciate it. So awesome. I'm glad you got it, Carrie. I figured you would. But like I was saying, any guesses on what that sport is? I'm sure you can guess. So anyways, volleyball, right, exactly. And it's a sport that he's been loving and trying to learn everything he possibly can about, growing and pushing and constantly challenging himself to improve. And he's willing to try and learn any skills that he feels would be valuable. And watching this has been an incredible change. academically, maturity-wise, personally, socially. And it's funny that just a simple change, like stepping out of your comfort zone, is going to be the cause of some of his most wonderful and memorable moments in his life, as well as ours as a family. Just because he stepped out of his own CZ for once. And, got sidetracked there for a second. So, I was curious, as most moms are. I wanted to know, what was the catalyst that had caused him to change his pattern? So when I asked him what caused him to try new things, he just kind of looked at me and said, well, because I watched you learning a lot of new things with your new job, Mom. Yeah. And that was a very humbling moment, for lack of a better word. And, knowing that he was watching me and copying things that he'd seen me challenging or improving upon, and that it caused him to sorry, I got lost in my notes again, but like I was saying, knowing that he was watching me, and that on my end, accepting a challenging job with a dermatological company, that pushing my limits, challenging myself on a daily basis, that just watching me push myself outside my comfort zone, it caused him to move out of his, as well as the byproducts and blessings and benefits that go with it. And I'm proud to say he's still challenging himself on a daily basis. So, hey friends, like I said, I see a few more popping in, but I'm not seeing who you are. So I apologize if I don't welcome you. I'm not seeing anything on my end. So if you hear anything that resonates with you, leave me a hey, a like. Oh, hey, Cynthia, I'm actually seeing you, lady. Hey, good to see you. Like I said, it must be lagging, pretty far behind, because what I see on one part of my screen and how many are actually tuning in are totally different things. I don't know. I'm going to have to keep going. But like I said, let me know. Leave me a hey. But like I said, I'm very proud to see that he's still challenging himself on a daily basis. And that reminds me, as a mom, that in order for him to stick with challenging his limits, to constantly push himself outside of his comfort zone, that I have to keep doing the same thing. Funny how that works, isn't it? So if you heard something that resonates with you, do me a favor, leave me some love. Leave me an emoji, a hey. Feel free to comment. I see a few popping in there. Thank you. If you have any thoughts or tips, you're more than welcome to leave them in the thread anytime. Share the video with anyone you think it might help. And PM me if you have questions or want to hear some suggestions about ways that you can step out of your comfort zone. I'll be happy to pass along what I know. I'm the former queen of the comfort zone. So if you want to step outside your CZ and challenge your limits, paraphrasing Caitlin Cruz here, I'm not talking about getting wasted on or anything borderline stupid. I'm talking about taking good risks, things that are going to push yourself outside your comfort zone, that are going to constantly challenge you, and that are going to constantly push you outside of your comfort zone, so that you meet new people, so that you conquer your fears, whether it's a live video or learning to play the tuba or skydiving, whatever it might be. But conquer those fears one by one. Baby steps. Achieve something that you never, ever thought that you could. Because in the end, you're going to regret the chances that you didn't take and the things that you never got to do. I mean, sure, sometimes those risks may turn out as mistakes, but that's all part of the process. And you know what? Life is 100 times more rewarding, not to mention happier. That's kind of a byproduct for you if you step outside your comfort zone like Alex does. I'll catch you later.